Hello everyone, my name is Bayomi. Let's take a look at Redis in action today. If you head over to redis.io, you'll see Redis products and solutions, and on their hero section we have get the world's fastest in-memory database from the ones who built it. Funny. We can use Redis for an in-memory database more like a caching. Now, you don't want to do round trips to your database at all times. You want to store frequently and unchanging data in a space so that you can retrieve them easily without doing a round trip to the DBs. I will head over to my VS Code so that we can see this in action. This is a very small project written with TypeScript and Prisma as my object relational mapper. I have the user controller here. Then I have my Prisma. You can get this from the Prisma documentation, the same example that was written there. Then in my Redis.ts, we have the Redis config here. We can connect, you can listen to this error, connect to Redis, disconnect to Redis, and we have this client exported from here. Of course, you should install Redis. So I'm having this version 4.6.14. Then with the Prisma client here. So if we go over to our user controller, let's look at how we're using it. So let's ignore this line 25 to 34. Let's focus on the DB fetching. So we have consuser equals to await prisma.user.find unique. Then on the find unique, we have where the email equals to a@c.com. You can pass it from the params anyways. Now, if there's a user, we want to create an object from that user, then we are setting it inside our Redis. That is, we want to create it inside our cache. So we are saying the key name is user1. So Redis uses the key value pair. So the key is user1. Then we are stringifying this object coming from user. Then we are setting it. Then after this line, we want to say returning user is fetching from DB. On your subsequent call, we'll go back to this find user again. So in find user, connect to Redis, then you don't want to connect to this at all times. You can revamp this. Let's write with this example like this. So on your subsequent call, you want to do const cached user. You want to get it from the Redis. If there is user one, then if user one exists, then you want to say what's fetching from Redis, then return it from here. So it will not get to this DB call again. So we are improving our performance by stopping it from here because we are getting it from Redis. If you have Redis installed on your PC, you can run this command. You can run, let me zoom in a bit, Redis server. Then the default port is always 6379. So if I head over to my VS Code, so you can install this extension. Then if you run the extension, if you come to this drop down and click this extension, you can click create new one. Use our Redis, click on Redis. The port is always default port is always 6379. Then I'll click on connect. Then at the moment I'm just connected, but there's nothing logged here. So let's go back to our code. We are setting it that at every 20 seconds, you want to expire this guy. You want to delete it from the DB, or you want to notify it from the DB. So let's give it a try. I'll close this and I'll close this. Then I will open my user HTTP, drag this guy here a bit so that we can see everything to go. So if I click on this, I have fetching from DB. Then if I reload, my user one is saying 14 seconds, 12 seconds, and so on. If I click again, it should fetch from Redis, coming from Redis here. Then after this guy, the total time to leave has expired. Let's wait to 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we'll start it again. It has been reset. Then if I run it again, it will fetch from DB again. Let me just send again, fetching from DB. Then if I reload this guy, let's reload 13, and so on and so forth. One of the beauties of Redis is that we don't have to make a round trip to the DB at all times, since we have the information stored in a cache. So we can reduce the number of milliseconds that it will take for the client to receive the response. So again, let's give it a try again. The first time we did it fetching from DB, the device fetch again, we have from 17 to 5 milliseconds fetching from the Redis now or from cache. I hope this tutorial was helpful in understanding how Redis works. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next lesson.